Again, 3 stars for Mate. Okay, moving right along. Woohoo! Okay, now I get to go in the Champions division, and since so many of you know me well, I'm going to cheer to the champions. Those of you that know me know what that means. Okay, Yevon, you were the first video I watched. Your duet with Adam Blake, I thought was really quite lovely. Medusa in Love was the theme. Your music was I Miss You. My word for you, Yevon, was that your duet with Adam was captivating. I thought your choreography was very innovative, wonderful duet moves. Not a pair, it wasn't a pair, it was never intended to be a pair, and it wasn't really an ice dance. It's what I would call a duet. And you got across some wonderful moves where, you know, he's doing a spread eagle or he's doing a cantilever, and you're connected and you're doing an extension. Very innovative and creative. Big points on that one. Very, very great emotion. I totally was entertained. I totally got the love duet. You, of course, picked a great partner in Adam, who I actually haven't worked with either of you, but Adam may remember that I actually saw him, I don't know, 6 years ago at his very first professional audition. So major kudos. This was, the sensuality was wonderful. The acting was great. Very, very nice, dramatic relationship. Great work. I gave this 5 stars because it qualified for the litmus test. Yes, I would pay to see this. And yes, I would hire. As a matter of fact, I've tried to hire both of you over the years. So I thought this was a really exceptional performance and a real standout among all the contestants. Okay, moving along to Elliot Halverson, who Elliot, you and I don't know each other. You were my other 5-star performance. My words for you were, you had great dynamic focus. Your character was Sisyphus, the character that is futilely rolling a boulder up a hill. That was his punishment for eternity, to roll a boulder up a hill only to see it fall down. The music, I might be wrong, was interesting. I thought the music complemented the piece very well. But what I found the most interesting was the choreography. I could see the boulder. I could see you pushing it. I could see it falling down the hill and you jumping over the rocks to get out of the way of the rocks that may have been scattered as the boulder rolls back down the hill. I totally got it, totally saw it. Loved the repetition because, of course, that is the theme of the piece. I saw that the conflict with this imaginary boulder. I saw you push it with your hands and then your back. Again, I also felt that your choreography interpreted with your, I guess I would loosely call it modern dance moves, the agony of dealing with this punishment. Every time you stood there and rolled up your sleeves and faced this boulder again. I thought that the injection of the butterfly in the middle was kind of at least the way I interpret it, was sort of was an angry burst of futility. But then you stopped and you rolled up your sleeves and you kept going. So you started the second and the third time. Again, overall, I thought it was beautifully executed, really nicely conceived. You got your mythological legend across. And again, a 5-star performance for me. Way to go, Elliot. Okay, my third performance in the Champions division is Stephanie Roth. Stephanie and I have worked together. So hi, Stephanie. I gave you 3 stars for your performance interpreting the character of a mermaid. And the journey of that she does not have legs at the beginning. She's given the gift of legs, and then the legs are taken away from her at the end. So the journey of what a mermaid's movements would be like on the ice with and without legs. My word for you is more abstraction. I felt that you took this approach into an abstract avenue. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I thought that was interesting. Um, the One of the technical difficulties, I thought your music had a fuzzy quality to it, and was a little hard to hear. The music was sort of incidental to it, and I felt maybe could have played a stronger part with maybe another choice, or certainly a better recorded quality. However, you're right. The morning fog really lent itself to your story. You are a lovely skater, Stephanie. I know you're skating. I thought that your lovely, strong skating lent itself to this. You had extremely interesting and intricate, and again, abstract, I'm going to use that word, steps and edge work. The reason I gave you 3 stars is I just was not quite sure that I was getting mermaid until really the end. And I did watch, I felt that I needed to watch your piece a second time, which I did, to understand it a little more clearly. I wasn't quite sure that I didn't quite get that you were starting in the water, and if so, did you start without having legs, and if so, why were there high kicks involved? Then I felt like as you moved through the piece, I saw the sort of that double stag forward leap that ended in a lunge, and then you went off camera, which was another glitch in your performance. I'm guessing that that's the point at which you were given legs, because then you launched into choreography that had a lot of free leg movements, kicks, legs. But what confused me is I had seen some kicks in the beginning. Where your number became the clearest is when you were then limited again toward the end, sort of the last third of the piece, to having no legs. And I saw the kind of shuffle of the feet and the feeling like your legs were sort of almost tied together. So it was up to your upper body to interpret the piece, which I got. So I felt that your upper body and torso work were not as, however, I don't think your upper body and your torso work were as involved as they could have been throughout the whole piece. Particularly, if all you've got is your upper body to work in the beginning, the first part and the last part, I felt like they needed to be more accentuated. And then in the middle part, yes, it was all about freedom of your entire body, experimenting with the joy of having legs. And I certainly admit, Stephanie, that I'm probably harder on you because I know you. So I think that, I think that you probably could explore this number again. I think it's worthwhile to explore again to make your story a little bit more clear. But again, bravo. I did enjoy it, but I gave you 3 stars. Okay, on to Kate McSwain. Kate, you and I have worked together also, and I'm giving you 3.5 stars for your choreography to the piece based on the character of a viper who is a poisonous snake. You choreographed this on Adam Blake, who could be a better viper than Adam. You chose a piece of music that was kind of a heavy, almost a metallic, heavy metal rock piece, which I thought really lent itself not only to the character, also Adam, and also the choreography that you did. My words for this performance for your character, Kate, of course, you built it on Adam, so he's the one that was interpreting your choreography. My words are kind of sly and wild in the movement. Of course, Adam, I get the viper. I totally got the character, the backflip, the cantilever, all the slithery movement. Your character was menacing. It was erratic. It was predatory. Loved the 1-foot sow, the 1-foot double sow. Who does it anymore? Great move. But I felt like the reason I stopped short of giving you a higher mark, I felt like I was watching Mick Jagger interpret a snake, a poisonous snake. I felt like it could have been a little bit more, the word I would use is oily, and more reptilian and snake-like with the upper body. I sort of got it, it was a little too erratic and punctuated, and not quite as snake-like as I would have expected. I felt like you were all strike and not enough slither. So hopefully those compliments or those comments, compliments and comments, will help as you continue with the piece. But again, a very interesting, snaky choreography on a wonderful subject, Adam Blake. So good work, Kate. Okay, Justine Kelleher. You chose to interpret the, we don't know each other, you chose to interpret the goddess Artemis. You chose not to use any music, which I thought was a rather bold choice. I get that you, I can understand that you wanted to just simply experiment with the movement. However, again, as I sort of explained in my introduction of who I am, I come to this really as more of a showman, and I found that your work in silence actually inhibited and it lessened my entertainment factor, if you will. You're a beautiful skater. The work that you did, I loved the kind of walking backwards and standing and staring. Again, I would say that you kind of were into the modern dance feel with your interpretation, exploring the duality of being both. I thought this was an interesting theme, exploring the duality of being the hunter and the hunted, the protector and the prey. Really, really great choice of theme. I felt like you need to explore it more. You're a lovely skater, beautiful positions. I found your edge work and your footwork very interesting and intriguing. I loved the abstraction in your arm work. You kind of had some square angles with them. My words for you, it was it was beautiful. It had a singular quality, probably because of no music, and a modern dance feel to it. But I'd like to see you approach the same idea with a piece of music, and I can't even imagine what that music would be to try to get the duality. But very interesting theme. So 3 stars for you, Justine, and really great work, great promising work. That takes me to Catherine Hill. Catherine, I really enjoyed this.